Hello, how are you? This is Jilly Bling, and I have project number 2 using Irresistible Blooms bundle. So this is an online exclusive, and let me show you. Right here. So you can order this online only, online exclusive, makes sense, and it will not be in any publication, and it's while supplies last. And to get this bundle, here's a QR code. If you want, you could pause the video and use the QR code, or you could go to my blog, jillybling.com, and on the left side there's a button that says order now or online order, and that will take you right to sales and exclusives. There's also the clearance rack there too. But this product suite includes the bundle, this paper, it's 6x6 paper. It's so nice. I'll be using a little bit on the upcoming projects. I'm going to be doing 5 in this series, so 5 different designs using all this product suite. These loose frosted dots are really nice. I'm loving those. This designer paper, naturally gilded, and that is this paper right here. And then there's also basic 3D embossing folders, and it comes in a pack. It's 3 of them all at once, and they're very nice. That's what makes this pattern right here. And let me pull that out just a minute. So I have all this. We'll be using the striped ribbon, which is rose gold. Embossing Buddy will use that, but here's the embossing folder. So this embossing folder, because they call them, this is what the 3-pack comes in. Basic 3D folders, there's no name for them, so I guess I get to name them. So this one we'll be using today is maybe a little bit of like a floral print. Can you see that? I think when I run it through on the Petal pink paper, you might be able to see it better. So that's this one. This one is kind of a crosshatch, and then this one is just dots. And somehow that one looks like so much. It almost looks like the frosted dots that are in this bundle, this product suite. Here is the crosshatch. Can you see that? Fun. And then here are these fascinating dots. Can you see how they kind of look 3D? Oh, you know, that would be so pretty on a metallic paper. I mean, they would really shine. Ooh, ideas. So we'll be using this one today. Let's just jump in and get started. So we already looked at the flyer. So we'll be using the stamp set Irresistible Blooms. And here's okay, so I admit, this card is, a friend of mine, she goes, Jilly, you're gilding the lily. And I'm like, why do you say that? What does that mean? And if you think about a lily, like a calla lily, a perfect, beautiful flower, white, and just perfection, like a pearl. It's perfection. And why would you go and put glitter and start decorating it? There's no need to. This card is probably perfect with half of the stuff on it, but, well, this happened. I just keep putting more stuff on it. So this is going to be a card with lots of stuff, but it looks good. I think it looks good. The dies we're using are the Irresistible Blooms, and then also the Eden dies. And the Eden dies are for 3 pieces. The 3 pieces are the white border, which is this die right here, for the words, and I have a hint on using the words, and then also this little piece right here, which is for the copper sprig, these right here. Okay, let's jump in. Let's do stuff. Iridescent pearls, love those. Sharpie, just because sometimes when I stamp, like right there, can you see that little dot? It's like I could carry on, make it happen, but if I were to color over that, it looks like I stamped perfect. Just like to fill in any little spots. And I just re-inked my pad, so I don't know why it does that. I used to blame it on little bits of glitter, but I haven't used glitter in a long time, so I don't know. Okay, so we'll finish stamping this. I started this video a few minutes ago, and then somehow I got a tickle in my throat, coughed up a storm. Very embarrassing. So I had to start over. So some of the steps are halfway done, but we'll do them all today. So let's see. Hopefully I have all the pieces. That one is going to get the texture on it. This one is inside. Okay, here's inside pieces. So I have petal pink, old olive, and white. And this is for the, oh, the words. I'll show you, I have a trick about the words, a little tip about the words. This is going to go on here. These pieces are going to get the die cut on them. So let me do that. This one, put it right up next to the edge. Okay, and I'm going to run these two through. That's for the words. We'll do that in a minute. Let's do the texturing on this petal pink piece. Then we can start assembling the top, and all the other little bits will just fall into place. So when you have a pattern that's directional, or if there's like an up and down, like if it's a really random pattern, it doesn't matter if you put the paper into the embossing folder straight. But because this has a pattern, I'm going to use this little line at the bottom. See how it's lined up right there? Okay, I'm going to run that through. See here, you could see it a little bit better. Okay, that goes on the card front. And because it's so textured, I'm going to use my liquid glue. I think on this sample, I used my tear and tape, my Stampin' Seal, and that didn't hold this textured paper down very good. So this time, liquid glue is a good answer. Well, it's time to get my nails done. What color should I do them? Not this color, something different. Last time was red. Michaela at the wedding, she had white with sparkle over it, and that looked really nice. The wedding, we just had the wedding. It turned out so pretty, so nice. The pictures with the snow, beautiful. Guess those kids know what they're doing. Just beautiful. And we still have family here in town, which is fun. This has been like an eating weekend. We have, last night we went out to sushi. There was way too much food on that table, but it was so good. Then today is breakfast at the Grange. So once a month, they offer free breakfast at the Grange, donations accepted. So we heavily donate for those that can't donate. So that's how we started out today. And then we were going to go out to the kids' place because we had all their wedding gifts in the back of my vehicle. And then they're like, let's go to Fall Creek Bakery. Okay, so we went there. Then we went to the kids' place. On the way back home, I was like, well, we're right here in Cresswell. Let's stop at Cresswell Bakery. Oh my gosh, their stuff is wonderful. Nobody was hungry at all. Maybe that's a good thing, so we didn't eat too much. And then, being that it's Sunday, today is Family Dinner Day. And anyone here local, you've heard of Cafe Yum, and you know they sell the yum sauce at different grocery stores. and also at Cafe Yum. But we got ingredients and we're going to do our own. So right now Tony is out. He wants chicken on top. So he's out at Costco getting 4 chickens. They make good chicken. Rotisserie chicken. Lots of eating. Then we have wedding cake left from Thursday. And the kids are like, oh, no, we don't need that. We've already had enough. So like, what are we going to do with half a wedding cake? That's coming tonight too. Lots of eating. Lots of fun. Okay. Am I gilding the lily? So right there, that's a beautiful card. Just put words on it. And now. Okay, speaking of words, this paper right here is for the words. And I have a good, bad example. You're like, what? So, the example is, here's the die. Great, cute. Look how good it matches. Awesome. And usually I would say, okay, stamp the words and then die cut it. But if you stamp the words, so pretend like there's words right here. Okay, look at this die. Okay, go ahead and line it up. Ooh, you might pick, look at it. Not good, because look what happens. It turns out it's really crooked. I mean, there's a lot more room over here. This is really high. A lot of space there, that's right up. So, with this die, because we can't see through it, it's best to cut it out in plain white, just like this. There it is. Isn't it pretty? And I know, I can't see white on white very good either. So, let's put olive. Woohoo! Okay, and then Embossing Buddy. Embossing Buddy makes it so you don't get little staticky freckles of embossing powder in random unwanted places. Embossing Buddy. And now, Versamark. And I like you. Hopefully I do this straight. It's a little bit crooked. I'm going to own it, pretend like I planned it. Well, with this card being so busy, who will know? Okay, so I'm using copper embossing powder to match the copper designer paper. Oh, that turned out okay. Looking good. Okay, so this can get tucked back in here. So next needed is the little sprigs. So out of this paper, I'm going to cut 4 of these little copper sprigs. And there they are. And now for the flowers. So it's going to be 2 big flowers, 1 little flower, 2 of the big leaf, the triple, and 1 of the little leaf. In Memento. 1, 2, 1. Now I need a little leaf. Okay. So, conveniently, there are dies for all these little pieces. which makes crafting fun. Not so much work. Could you imagine cutting all these out? And the little one. So, one little, too big. One little, too big. So I need just a little bit more coloring. And I have a Sharpie here just because sometimes when I stamp, like right there, it's a little bit, it's not solid. So if I put just a little bit of Sharpie over it, it's like I stamped it perfectly. I try not to do too much of it because this Sharpie black is not the same as Memento ink black. Okay, so for coloring, I will use Old Olive Light. And this time I'm not all that particular about blending. Each little petal doesn't need to be perfectly blended. But I definitely want you to see the light and the dark of the color. So that's Olive Light. And then for little detail, I will do Olive Dark. And I'll hold this up and you'll say, yeah, you didn't blend that very much. Maybe I'm trying to be abstract. Maybe the abstract theory is finally coming to me. Huh? Not blending much at all. Ooh, in the camera, that looks nice and bright. Here it's more olivey looking. Okay, and then for the flower, I'm using Petal Pink. So I'll start with Petal Pink Dark and just do where the center of the petal is, leaving room for Petal Pink Light, and then also like white tips. So I guess I'm doing maybe a third of the petal, each petal in the dark. You can see I'm not all that precise. Petal Pink Light. So here I'll drift over where Petal Pink Dark is, but I'm just leaving a little white border so each petal can look individual. I think if I colored in the whole thing, it would just look like a blob of Petal Pink. White will be my third color. And I don't think I did the color lifter. That would kind of soften up Petal Pink to white area. Just a little bit of softening. So when I first put these flowers on the card, it was like, that's the focal point, and the words will be down at the bottom. But when I went back and I looked at it, when it was time to start assembling it, it's like, this card has too much stuff going on it. And the words just fell from my hand right over the top of the flowers. I was like, oh, that's where it should be. Hopefully to calm it down a little bit, because there's a lot going on. And this is Dark Daffodil Delight. Okay, time to assemble. So I like to just lay stuff out. You know, maybe. No, I was going to turn it on the side, but these, the designer paper is going more up and down, so that's fine. That, and then, let's do the bow. This is striped. I haven't used this. I've had it ever since the catalog, and I think I have like 3 spools of it. Striped ribbon, rose gold. So double bow. If you want to ever do a double bow, one of my very first videos, right when COVID started, is double bows. And you can watch that. I think I go over it 6 or 7 times with wide ribbon, with baker's twine. Or you could send me a message and I'll send you the link. But double bows are pretty. This ribbon is a little bit wider than I'm used to working with, but that's okay. Isn't that pretty? Okay, and a glue dot for now. I'll attach it with liquid glue in just a minute. That could go right about there. And these little things, I'll save 2 of them for the inside. This one can go here. And how about right like that? Okay, so that's the plan. Now, let's start sticking stuff down before it moves, before I shift it. I love Eden Garden dies. They're so pretty. Oh, and I heard there's going to be a color refresh, which some of you just love it, and other of you are like, why are they doing that? But I think it's good to always stay current. Like if we were using some of the older colors from 10 years ago, that's not staying current. I want to see that prettiness. So we will know at the end of March what the color refresh means. Of course, there'll be the new ink colors, but they're going to be changing up the color families too. Okay, I would put the flowers on dimensionals, but the words are. And when you're looking at this, it's like, yeah, there's a lot going on. But once you put this over the top, I think it kind of calms it down a little bit. I think just because of the white. But I want these words a little lower. So maybe this flower can go lower. Let's try. Because I'll put the words right in the middle, right over the seam. That looks good there. Whoops, doesn't look good there. Okay. Glue dot is stuck on the flower. How am I going to get it? Pull that thing on up. Okay, now it could stick back in there. And then this, well, since I pulled it up, lost the glue dot. That could go a little higher. And then this could, oh, that looks good. Okay, so the words could go on with dimensionals. Right in the middle. Okay, then it goes there. And I like to put liquid glue just to hold it in place. Let it dry a little bit. Then we can work on the inside and come back and make sure I stuck it down good and trim off the ribbon ends. And sparkle it up with iridescent pearls. Okay, so for the inside on this one, I try to keep it simple because this is really busy. Couldn't be happier to have you as my friend. I like that. And I like how simple that is. And then just a little bit of copper embossing powder with the speckle. Okay, good plan. So the words will be in Memento. I was going to put them in embossing powder, but because these are gold, I think the black is best. I like these words. I like the font, and I like the words. Good. Then Versamark and speckles. The little spoon is buried. My holder let loose. Okay, doing good. Now these bits will go right on here. A little bit of room to write. Well, I kind of like it when they're closer touching. Like these, there's a little bit of a gap. I was thinking maybe I should put pearls there, but I think they look good like that. A little closer. They're like little strings on, I wonder if it's like fibers from the paper. See if I have to those out of there. Well, that looks good. It's like, why are there strings? Okay. Lots of layers. That's what brings the card all together. All the colors are matching. Petal pink first. Old olive next. And fancied up, decorated white inside. Nice. Okay, so the glue probably had time to dry, so I can trim off these bits to make a perfect little bow. Then bling. So I'm going to put on 5 bling. I'll put on 3 big. Ooh, where to put it? Yeah, gilding the lily. There's lots of stuff going on here, but I like it. How about right there? And then 2 little ones. Oops. Come on. A little one and another little one. Okay, that is it for today's project. I hope you like it. Imagine getting that in the mail. That's something to like. I like you. Okay, have a great day. Bye.